everyone, this is your girl Alicia Pink, and today I am back with another video. It is Motivational Mondays. It's time to get motivated and stay motivated. So I'm going to be talking about healing your inner child. You know, a lot of us have gone through childhood trauma, you know, whether it's, you know, feeling abandoned, not having a mom growing up, or me, I personally didn't have a dad growing up, so that's part of my childhood trauma. Abandonment issues, having problems with my siblings, with my mother. Also, you know, a lot of people have also, you know, been through much worse things with the childhood, been through abuse, whether it's physically, sexually, mentally. You know, a lot of children have gone through a lot of things that they shouldn't have gone through at a young age. So I just want to try to connect with we should try to connect with our inner child and try to heal our inner child. You know, I'm going to give you guys some examples. You know, you can, first things first, you can write a letter to your younger self. You know, I've written a letter to my younger self, you know, apologizing to myself, forgiving myself, you know, because if you check out my video, Story Time, Growing Up Without a Father, I said at 13 years old, I've done things that I regret. For one, losing my virginity. I lost my virginity at a very young age, and I regretted it ever since. But you can't go back in time, and you can't change the past. Things happen for a reason. Obviously, I had to go through that to basically become the woman that I am today. I've also done a lot of things like drinking, smoking, skipping school, getting bad grades. I was a rebel at a very young age. Thank God I grew up and I grew out of that. But you know, you can write a letter to your childhood self saying, you know what, I was young, I was expressing my way to get attention because I felt abandoned. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the fact that my dad wasn't around. I didn't like the fact that I didn't have any connection with my older siblings. I felt abandoned. I felt not being seen. I wasn't getting attention that I wanted to get. I was home, I was alone, I was babysitting I had my brother who has autism. I was babysitting him because my mom had to work all the time. She was a single mother of 5 kids, and one of her kids had autism. I'm the youngest out of the 4, but he was older than me, and he had autism, and I had to take care of him when my mom was away. And I felt some type of way about that because I always felt like I didn't have a childhood because of it. I felt like I couldn't go out with my friends because I had to stay home and I had to watch my brother because my mom had to work. I held resentment towards my older siblings because I felt like they didn't help enough. They had their own life, and they didn't really care the fact that a child was at home babysitting a grown adult. But you know, everything happens for a reason, and I learned to forgive myself. I also learned to forgive them and move on with my life. But yeah, you can write a letter to your inner child, the age that you feel like was your worst years, and you can just say and either encourage that your younger self, forgive your younger self, don't blame your younger self, because whatever happened to you as a child is not your fault, period. It's not your fault. You were a child. You know, you were a child. You didn't know any better. period. You know, once you know better, you do better. And we were kids. A lot of kids do stupid things, period. You know, no one knows, a kid doesn't know everything. You know, we don't know everything at 13 or at 14 or at 12 or whatever age it was. You know, it's not your fault. Just know that it was not your fault, and you can forgive yourself, period. You can look at a photo of yourself as a kid. You know, I only have one photo of myself as a child. This is it. I was a baby. I don't know how old I was in this picture, but this is literally the only picture I have of myself as a child. Y'all can see. My mom didn't take too many pictures of me or of us growing up, so this is like the only picture I have of myself as a child. The only picture. And you know, you can look at this picture, you can just meditate, just look at it, meditate, talk to your younger self and tell your younger self how beautiful, or like you're proud of them, you're proud of yourself. You know, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're amazing, you know, you're talented, you know, everything. Like, you will accomplish your goals, you will accomplish your dreams, you know, you are going to achieve everything that you have ever dreamed of. You know, just speak powerful affirmations to yourself as a child. You know, you can do that. You can also, you know, think back to what you loved doing when you were a kid. You know, me personally, I love singing. Singing was my escape, basically, to the world and expressing myself. I grew up singing in the church choir at a young age. At a young age, I was also like the lead singer in my church choir. Also, I love writing music. I remember when I was a little girl, me and my friends, we made a girl group. I forgot the name of it, but we was obsessed with Destiny's Child and 3LW. Okay, if you don't know who that is, look it up. We were obsessed with them, and you know, we basically did a girl group, and you know, and that was that. And I love singing. It was my escape to the world. I love performing, and as I grew up, I stopped doing it. You know, I also loved modeling. I used to do a lot of fashion shows when I was younger as well. I loved modeling, I loved singing, and I loved acting. It was something that I did at a young age, even though it was like small. It was in the church, because I grew up in the church. So, you know, but I loved doing it. You know, I loved it. I thought at one point I was going to become a musician, but it didn't work out that way. And you know, as I got older, I stopped singing because I felt like it was being forced. Because as I got older, I stopped going to church, and I didn't want to go anymore. But my mom forced me to go, and she forced me to sing in a choir, and I kind of sort of lost interest in singing, and I stopped singing for a while, and I lost my voice. But I do want to get back into it. I'm thinking about taking some singing lessons and singing and just writing music, you know, writing songs. You know, it doesn't have to be a freaking I don't have to become a recording artist. You know, I can make music for fun, write music for fun. You know, just do what you love to do as a kid. Was it, you know, reading books? Was it watching cartoons? Was it playing video games? Was it running around in the park or something? Or whatever, you know, just visit your inner child, visit what you love to do as a kid, and do it. You could pick one day out of the week and say, okay, this is the day I'm going to be my inner child. I'm going to do what I love to do as a child. Was it painting? Was it, you know, drawing? Was it watching? You can watch cartoons all day, you can read books all day, you can sing, you can act, you can dance, whatever it was. Just find what you love to do as a child, when you were a child, basically. And that's what I'm going to do. You know, you can also think back in a time when you was a child, when you was the most happiest as well. Me personally, I was most happiest when I was 8 years old. It was my 8th birthday. I remember the designs. I remember who was there. I remember the desserts. I remember the dress I was wearing. I was wearing a purple dress. Purple is my favorite color. I was wearing a purple dress. But I remember my mom, when my mom originally bought the dress, it was white dress. It was a white dress, but she dyed it purple for my birthday because she knew it was my favorite color. And I wore the purple dress. I remember the type of cake I had. I think I had a vanilla strawberry cake. And had balloons all around the house. You know, it was we had a pizza party as well. I had all my friends that was in the neighborhood at the time over, and my sister was there. You know, she was basically like the DJ playing all the music, and we had a sleepover. I had so much fun. You know, that was the happiest I was as a kid that I remember, you know, because I never had like a birthday party before. So that was my first birthday party, and I was so excited, and it was the best time of my life. You could go back to what was the best time of your life as a kid. Was it going to a concert? Was it going to see a play or a movie or a birthday party, or, you know, whatever? Was it at school when you like won the spelling bee? You know, that's also one of my favorite times, when I won the spelling bee, because I studied so hard on that spelling bee and I won, and I was excited. Okay, so, you know, you can think back on that and just revisit that, you know. Also, you know, you feed your brain positive messages, positive images. You know, we can be our own worst enemy. We can most definitely say bad, negative things about ourselves, especially if it's something that we really want to do, but we are not, you know, we having doubt because we probably think, oh, we're not smart enough, or we're not ready, or we don't have the money, or we're not popular enough, or whatever. You know, you don't have a following. You know, you feel like, oh my God, this is a waste of time. I'm doing all this work, but I'm not getting any results. Or, you know, you're not getting any sales, or whatever. You know, you doubt yourself. We doubt ourselves, and we can be our own worst enemies. Once that negative things start getting in your head, just stop it in its tracks and be like, okay, yeah, I know I just said this about myself, but I'm taking that back. That's not how I feel. That is a lie. Okay, because I know my worth. I know that I can do this. I know I am smart enough. I know I am going to be successful. I know that I am going to kill the game. Okay, I know I'm going to do what I want to do, and no one and nothing is going to stop me, not even myself. I'm not even going to let myself get in my way, period. You know, we need to stop sabotaging ourselves and stop thinking negatively. You know, we need to speak positive affirmations into our lives. You know, we need to most definitely do that, and that can most definitely heal you and heal your inner child as well. You know, guys, so yeah, this is a short little video on healing your inner child, and I wanted to motivate you guys into healing your inner child, you know, because we can't go back in time. We can't go back in time, but we can do what is done now, you know. We can't go back in time. That's debatable, because we probably can, but that's a whole different story and a whole different topic. But anyways, we can't go back in time right now, but we can most definitely heal ourselves and our inner child today. And a lot of people have doubt and have fear and have self-sabotage because they haven't really did the shadow work in healing themselves and healing their inner child and knowing who they are. You know, we have to know who we are. We have to do the shadow work. We have to face our inner demons. We have to face our inner child, you know, things that have happened to us as a kid, we need to face them, we need to accept it, and we need to talk about it, and we need to forgive and forget about it so we can move on and have our inner peace, you know, guys. So I hope this helped you in any way, you know, and think about the things that I said. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you like more videos like this, I suggest that you go to my playlist. It's called Alicia Pink Motivational Videos. Check it out, guys. Bye. Have a lovely day.